And hello everybody, welcome on in to the Overwatch Clash Season 7 Week 2 matchup between the South Korea Kittens 2, Meow or Never, and the Hatsune Freakus. I'm Booney, and joining me today is going to be WYND at the MSU game facility, close to a player in this match actually. So, you know, we're talking here WYND. We're still hoping that we can find Paige a win as a captain this season, her first one in, you know, forever. So, is this going to be the match they're going to do it, or do we think I'd wait another week as a Kittens fan?
I think, I don't know what the next week schedule is looking like for what team they're playing, but I don't know. I'm hoping for, hey, I'm a believer, okay? I'm hoping that they're going to win this map. I think if it is going to be one map though, it's going to be very close, map 5. Though, but hey, they could surprise me. You never know what's gonna happen here, especially with the Topaz on the tank role. You know?
And I mean, also with Chloe on DPS is kind of the main thing. You know, she could potentially put the team on her back, and we will get these teams flipped real quick. They're not. And Freaks. Okay. So going into Nepal here, we have of course been seeing. In, you know, Overwatch CS, we've been seeing the looks of the Ball Sim Torb here, but looks like we're not actually going to see it from either side here. Both opting for Ramatra look instead, with Tookie Puck versus Topaz on this. I believe, two off-rollers going out inside the Ram mirror here.
Yes, 2 support players.
Oh, but Gugu down first. Not a good start for the Kittens as Topaz trying to survive with the early form. Nortlogic walking on this Reaper. Try to put some pressure on the Ramatra here. They are going to get a res, though, around towards Gugu. Cat opting to play this Mercy, of course, their signature hero, but with Florin in the sky, looking for some damage on the back line here, but a retreat has been called. Pneumonia trying to keep their eyes on this far. Immortality field does come out, but Nort flying very low here. Boy will be the first to find a pick over on towards Nort, so down that Reaper, but Pneumonia 1 HP just barely dodged out on a rocket from Chloe, but still 1-for-1. Wordy responds, but very back and forth affair here. Cat not quite having the res, but Topaz walking forward here, taking names on the part. Boyd trying to find one over on towards Guku as well in the back end, but with that res, that will be the point flipping here for the Kittens to give to a great start here, WYND.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty surprising. It was a pretty long, fought-out fight, though. It was pretty slow. But being able to get the res immediately here onto, I believe it was Guku, from Cat was really huge. Just let him get the momentum to be able to make it go back from a 5 versus 4 into a 5 versus 5, and just having some winning trades one after another, and that just leads you to a fight win at the end of the day.
Tookie Puck, of course, using the forbidden ram tech of having the spectator bug, keeping the form forever there. But we also have a barrage online for Florin as well. She looks to get on the high ground, looking for a drop in potentially. If they go out this right side, might be exactly where she wants them. Going for this one, does find over on towards Pneumonia. Only gets one, but down that May, it's a great start here. They can walk forward, no fear of the wall. But in fact, might have gone a little too deep, losing 2 quick members here. Nort responds by falling. Cat with another time to res over on towards Guku, however, so still a winnable fight for either side. Topaz close to this Annihilation, to decide to pop it here. Just walking and trying to get the heals around towards Cat. Valkyrie online. Topaz walks in the back line here, having that Annihilation online, gets walled up, but where he falls. No Immortality field now online as well for Topaz, just blocking in the back line. This long, prolonged fight here, working out spectacularly here for the Kittens, as they just start to melt down the opposition health bars after the cooldowns are gone. And that will be yet another fight victory here for the Kittens' left right territory now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Topaz is able just to run into the back line of the Hatsune Freakus very quickly and be able to get just free picks without him ever being pressured. Just kind of giving the fight wins here.
Yeah, looking to walk in here, Florin sending her sent to another barrage, getting built that extremely quickly here, especially with the brawly look from the side of the Freakus, and he still continues to just melt them on down. Nortlogic with an ultimate here as well, but didn't even need it. With the kick over Andros, Wardy, and Pneumonia can't pop that Blizzard in time. The beat from Big Brain will keep the team alive for a couple seconds here, and now the Annihilation on the back of this one could have just turned the fight. And now, despite the early picks, it will be the Hatsune Freakus taking this fight home in a fairly cheap engagement. Only have to use Annihilation and the beat. Not too shabby.
Yeah, looking at the Kittens here, I think you have one option here, and that's to go fast with the barrage onto the May, preventing the May to be able to get the Blizzard on. That's just going to give you a nice little fight win, but you're going to probably have to trade yourself if they use Window just to get the pick onto that, but I think the fight win is here if you just go very fast with your barrage, not your orbital
what?
ray.
Pneumonia tries to go 1v1 a pharmacy, and now can't use Blizzard with the team. Boy, trying to get something done with this window here, but the orbital ray on point is simply too over Tookie Puck. Just getting melted down by Florin in the sky. Boy does land the shots on Florin though. 1 HP and takes him on down. The res gets canceled by Poi here, so maybe doable. If they get touch over on the cart, looks like they cannot. Poi just can't quite pull it out of the hat. Big brain can't get the rollout either. And the first point goes the way of the Kittens in a fairly dominant fashion, and this pharmacy looking nigh untouchable right now.
I mean, yeah, looking at this, there's just two things I'm seeing that the Freakus need to respond to is your option one, you got to get down the pharmacy right away, or just like prevent the slower fights from happening. But you always just see Topaz going in, walking into the backline for free too. So not only are you going fast, but you're also playing for the slow poke, and you just, I don't know, the Hatsune Freakus don't seem like they're all like together. They seem a little bit split, allowing just for the South Korea Kittens just to be able to get a free pick right away. We're gonna have to see how they both do here on Nepal Village going in 3 seconds. Opting for the Echo pick instead of the Mei here for the Hatsune Freakus. Might be better to help contest that far Mercy though.
I'm looking forward now that kind of lost Topaz to keep walking forward, and with North Logic on the Reaper could put even more pressure in on the Tookie Puck. We saw Tookie kind of struggling to survive under the immense pressure from the pharmacy in the sky, so see if they can continue to do so. But right now, high ground control is gained for the Kittens. Nort looking for a bit of a flank angle here. It appears in the back and looking to force out some picks on the word. He's going for one exchange, but Guku, a much more viable pick here, losing out on that initial healing from the Junos. Poi continues to build in some healing grenades from the back of him. Nort is there to put some pressure on towards Poi, lose out on the humanity field, and now it's just Tookie Puck on the point. The point will flip, but is the DPS line with the Mercy that can just walk down this Ramatra, and Nort opting to hold on to the Wraith for a rainy day apparently there, will fall. This fight's still kind of going on here. WYND can take this one for a little bit here. This fight continues to dive into chaos.
I got you. We're gonna see the Rem or the Nem form come out by Tukifu trying to get a pick early with the stickies from Pneumonia getting the pick onto Florin or Chloe. Going in, Topaz does get the trade back onto Wordy, but you lose your Mercy for the cost of that too. With Guku falling on one speed, getting picked here by the boot by Big Brain. It's really in favor here. It's still a 4 versus 2 in favor of the Hatsune Freakus, but the capture is still on the South Korean side, capping finally with 28% before it gets flipped, while Poi gets Topaz. But we do see Chloe get the pick right back onto Pneumonia as Nort tries to get out with 1 HP on the dot.
It looks like he's gonna do just that, actually. He's gonna just walk. Oh, Big Brain making boot here! It's a huge. The bait from Nort! The bait! Pulling Big Brain over, and now they can go in with no Lucio on the other side to stop the contest coming in here. Tookie Puck does an annihilation of Pulaski and Township, but Poi down. Both supports are missing, and they're gonna hold on to these ultimates here and just try to get out with their own lives. As North Logic getting out there, the great escape allows Big Brain to get booped up, and Warrior swaps to Tracer off this Cassidy. But now, even more pressure on Pneumonia, put pressure on this pharmacy.
I mean, that boop by Chloe was just too huge as Big Brain was trying to greed the pick onto Nord. His team was probably common to get. We are going to see the Diva swap here by Tukifu trying to also just help shut down the pharmacy, prevent any value coming out. But we do see the Valkyrie come out by Cat and the window, and we see the Duke come out by Pneumonia, trying to build that annihilation, going fast, using the Duke. Tries to get barraged out though and traded with nobody dying still. It's still a 5 versus 5.
Yeah, still 5 versus 5 coming on here. No more Pneumonia having the difficult but falling very critical up in the sky. Nobody seeming to be able to touch him. However, getting that bit of a passive healing going in. Cat does fall to Wordy. As with the pharmacy has finally been dealt with, but annihilation over on the point. Oh, the Ajax from Nort! And now Nort has the death blast and shouldn't even need it, but down so many members, it doesn't look like they're gonna hold on to this one. Wordy on point, trying to block, just kind of blink around, but looking for a bit of a stagger here if they can't get out their live. Looks like we'll do just that. Pneumonia going to spawn here to try to find one. But yeah, Pneumonia down here early. Now Nort can't use the death blast in times. Poi lands the shots. This is a very chaotic fight here over on towards this point. Early Suzu is forced here, and now Poi trying to get out their own life, but Topaz walks him on down. Wordy back on the Tracer for the recontest here, but Nort Logic does get runs up. Now the death blast comes out the second they are ethereal, and that will appear to just be Nepal heavily favorite of the Kittens here. Just a dominant showing here on our first map. As the Kittens taking an early advantage.
I mean, hey, who would have thought to think that Nepal comes out to be 2-0 in favor of the Kittens? I thought it was going to be a 2-1 coming out here, but no, the dominant showing. I think especially with Cat being able to get off, I think about 90% of the reses that are initiated, just getting like 6-7 reses over the course of 2 maps is so huge, especially in the middle of the fight. When you're just leaving just the Juno to care for the rest of the team. It's just so much value without being pressured enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, a fantastic start here for the Kittens as we'll have to see where we go for our second map, and that will be after the short little break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Overwatch Cast continues after this.
Hey, yo, shout out to Pierce, Nesro, Williams, yeah, hey, yeah, come in with the chokehold. The sound sleepy fashion, they be roho. Travel through walls like a toto, yo, rear row, yeah, shaking out the popo. You wanna end up in a cell with me? I swinging it in a hit, yo, T. Man, you can't get these biggest for free. Don't wanna charge a mission, but I might set up a fee on. Yeah, I'm feeding your food. Where are our parents? We don't have no clue. Maybe they got wings and flew. Eating scuba koopas till my face turned blue. Hand over my super. Hanging out with DJ Lance like a fupa. Like a yellow hooper. Hoopla. In a rut trying to learn about poopa. Who, what, when, where, like how. Gotta solve all the mysteries in my busy town. Did you see all up in my distant town? Gotta be when I make a double D or an Eddie. Feeling like a fitty cause I walk. And I'm on top with a head on a mop. I can't stop this crop. The ripping is just endless like Phineas, you Candace. All the free time that you hand us. I'll be honest, I'll be candid like a candle. What I randle like a candle. Like I'm Randall, like I'm Gandalf. Cannot pass me. How you feeling? Do not sass me. Please do not harass me. If you want to, you can ask me. Talking gangster doesn't last me. You don't like it, then move past me. You don't like it, that's blasphemy. Blasphemy, this a last for me. Couldn't cast for me with a fishing pole. Blasphemy, this a last of me. Couldn't cast for me like what roll? Blasphemy, this a last for me. Couldn't cast for me. Hit it with a pole. Blasphemy, this a last for me. Couldn't cast for me. You already know. Y'all already know, hit the bass salts when I hop in, make a bubbly a back call. Y'all already know, got a bad roll. 12-15 knows one move tack on. Y'all already know, she'll surf in the snow. Where's my project? Got the world record. Y'all already know when it's welcome to the show. Please silence your phones when I jaggy at cones. When I jaggy at cones and I'm paving the roads and I'm pedaling the roses. My bow stuff like Moses. We touching our noses. We hitting these poses along to the music. I'm pumping hypnosis. Hypnotized, entranced in lies like cherry pies. I'm filled with pride. I'm innocent. Please let me go. So traumatic. I thought I died. I thought I died, but it was just this song. Bumping to the beat, set aside like a pong. Answer your question, but I answered it wrong. Song so hot to the touch of used tongs. When I handle it, then we eat in. I'm a fan of it. No smoking on the cannabis until you eat eggs, max. I'm feeling like a robot, like a Baymax. See, big here, 16 IMAX. Well, where was 1 to 5? Nobody knows my shops, but I close. It's time to rest my eyes on.
These beats are the purest. Prove it.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Clash Season 7 Week 2 matchup between the Hatsune Freakus and South Korea Kittens 2, Meow or Never. And honestly, WYND, after that first map of Nepal, it might be Meow. Looking really good on that, taking a 2-0 win over on our first map of Nepal. And of course, we didn't really notice, actually, going into this game, is that the Freakus are down bucket right now. So they have to stick with this sort of different composition, you know, with Poi not being able to play the tank. So that could be kind of a big storyline going forward here, especially later on in the series, as Tukipuk kind of has to default to the tank here and Poi has to off-roll.
I mean, unfortunately, I don't think I ever saw Poi looking for a ringer request either, so this is just consequences of his actions, you know? He couldn't find anybody else. I don't know if he's just DMing, but hey, the Kittens will take this advantage and they'll run with it for miles if they see a weakness in the Hatsune Freakus cat. Now, you might be saying this might be the time for the first win of Cat as a captain in an official season, especially looking out against a team that was rated so highly as the Freakus.
Yeah, now you got Florin/Chloe over on the Venture here, kind of a hard carry character, but Topaz gonna be taken down first. They're gonna exchange it here for the Junker Queen, so still an equal exchange. But look at this Venture aggression here in the back line. Will put some pressure over on towards Poi, but still 1-for-1 exchanges everywhere. Chloe still trying to push pressure over on towards the back line, but for now the point is in favor of Nord Logic, just standing there menacingly, not letting anybody touch it. Finally are gonna drop on in support line here, Pneumonia. Comp on that signature support pick. But we have Big Break kind of stuck in the lower area here. Right in time for Tukipuk to return. Still an equal exchange, 1-for-1. This fight is still very scrappy. This has been this entire series so far. It's just been scrappy, back and forth affairs. But coming on top, it appears might be Hatsune Freakus as Poi has returned the brawl and finds 2 quick kills. Make that third for the captain and Poi, who said might be off for one, but apparently it does not seem to matter for this superstar. Now we are going to be seeing the flip of 4%.
I mean, you still got 40% out here if you're part of the Kittens fans, which I'm a fan of tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Going into this, I was on the fence, but now I'm a fan. You know, going especially with now Chloe on Venture. I don't think I've ever seen coming into this next fight. You were right. It is kind of scrappy, but we do see the Kitsune come out from Pneumonia coming out fast. No ultimates as a response, except for now Cat has Kitsune. They can engage right now. Yeah, 50% finally just hit the board.
Should have opted for it. Wardy still has his pulse bump, but Florin comes in with the tectonic shot. No Suzu here, but no stick from Wordy. Misses the conglomerate. And that might just be a fight losing whiff, as Topaz does get one the recall into the turret. Unlucky here for Wordy, and that's going to be a flip here. And the aggression was good, just no follow through, as the DPS were caught rotating there for the side of Hatsune Freakus.
Coming in 70% for both teams. We do see the bomb come out fast here by Poi, going all the way in the back, just allowing the Freakus just to take control of this one little choke that they have to come to. And that's just going to be another capture. It's going to be final fight territory for both teams.
For both these sides, but gotta think the Lucios. I mean, look at Big Brain is actually outpacing Goku. Goku wash question mark on the Lucio. A lot of ults for both these teams here, but of course, going to come down probably to the bigger Rampage / Suzu cleanup afterwards. Should they decide to play for this one, probably going for an under push. Do they have a touch here, actually? They have to just kind of run in here.
They're going over. I don't think they do.
99%. They don't have it.
I mean, you still got Rampage out, though, from the Tukipuk. Just leaving the single. I mean, I guess it was Rampage for the Molten Core coming out with just the Lucio ults on both teams, except for Nord also still having the Rampage. I mean, Hatsune Freakus are doing a great job here, just neutral and trying to build more ultimates while nobody's still on the objective, right?
Yeah,
just building that ult progress for the next fight coming up ahead.
They're getting a Kasune rush here, basically 50% before finally taken care of, and now these staggers as well. Things start making their way over to the point. I believe Poi is already over there, just kind of hanging out, waiting for the squad to show up. But this could be an early flip here with the Venture ready to go, as well as the Tor backup.
I mean, if you're looking at it, Tukipuk already has 50% to another Rampage, which is just used 20 seconds ago. So, I don't know. Nord's Rampage got to be literally off Suzu cooldown timing. Just hit a fat Rampage, maybe going across the bridge, coming up close here.
The torture being very annoying. in the side. Both four almost layered top each other. Now the Freakus just trying to kind of kite this one out to try to escape, not use any of their own. But, I mean, Tookiepook getting inted up here. Where are they going to fall? They're going to use this beat here to try to counter out the rampage from Nort, but Nort is getting back here with the team. Going to get beat out here basically for free. They will have the ability to recontest here with a Casino Rush though from Pneumonia, but not too shabby here with the Ventral almost online.
Yeah, 1 ult into 3. We're going to have to see how the Freakus play this. We do see Suzu come out fast, though. Tookiepook does fall down to 1 HP. With Chloe already into the backline. Coming out with the ultimate, just trying to hold on to this pressure, trying to build more ultimates again, just like we saw at the end of last point.
And, I mean, yeah, it's a great exchange there, using that Venture ultimate. Now, they can stagger on Pneumonia here as well. That would be massive. Pneumonia, a last-second teleportation is going to be good, but Wordy will, in fact, be the one to fall. So down this Tracer is going to be upon last fight territory here for all these teams. As Poi will have bio for the contest probably over on towards the point, but for a very aggressive push apparently here from Nort, holding pretty far up on the high ground.
Bob does come out, does go past the point. Point is not being flipped currently by the Bob. It went a little bit too far with the Kitsune in the spawn, not even near the objective. As Point still flipping down 99%, as we do see Tookiepook and Wordy just leaving their team trying to go for the capture because they have to, because Bob was just not able to stall that point. And coming in for
they used the rampage.
MoN tank?
I'm not
it
too
could be winnable. I mean, wait, Tookie's gaining health.
Tookie is 1 HP, the reload from Nort Logic, they can't quite get it, but now the reinforcements are returned and are sent back just as fast.
Yeah, teammates are coming back to Pneumonia, and Poi are coming back for another final touch as Chloe lives with 1 HP, the skin on their teeth. And that's going to be point 2. Now it's 1-1 on New Junk City.
Poi heroically stat padding them and running away on the legs.
Oh, yeah.
Allows them to get to the next point, but of course they now have no ultimates walking into a Casino Rush. Close to a rampage. This is looking good for the Kittens right now to potentially push this one forward. Yeah. It's just down to potentially a pick coming through here, but an early shout, early Suzu, early Casino Rush. Making Tookiepook in awkward position now. Guku layers it on top with this beat. Big brain down and 2 quick kills for the Kittens. On this point, Poi is on the back line trying to wave, but Guku is there to match the freak. Might get actually getting him on Pneumonia though, so a good turnaround, but there will be a point flip here for the Kittens to start things off.
I mean, you use both support ults, but right now when there's no response even possible except for Pulse Bomb, you still have your 3 most aggressive ults. You're just going to have to carry the Pulse Bomb as neither of the others DPS or
Poi might get solo ulted here in the back line. But no, it's actually Chloe's going to get punished for that.
And then TP in as well by Cat. It's just you're gonna lose 2 right away for the cost of -1 ultimate. Is going to be very rough as Nort Logic isn't going to be able to stable here. And neither is Topaz. His point's going to flip at 40%.
I'm not sure quite. I tried to get the spectator over there on the, onto Chloe for the ultimate, but Poi dodging that tectonic shock out of the way and not taking any damage from that one really. Might have been a Suzu from Pneumonia on the flank there. It's a good support play, keeping the soldier alive on this aggressive play, but now walking back in with the MoN core. They're going to have the rampage, but the beat Casino Rush be there to meet it. So, pretty good fights for both these teams coming up here with the almost online. We'll see who just finds the opening pick. A great MoN core to open things up. Will create some space for the team. Tookiepook kind of caught in an awkward position. Pneumonia down, can't quite use that Kasune rush. And now both supports have already fallen at just the cost of the MoN core. And a very economic exchange here for the Kittens.
Molten Core for Pulse Bomb. I mean, Pulse Bomb is already at 30%, but that's what you're expecting from a Tracer player anyways. But taking 1 ultimate just to take over the entire fight when the Hatsune Freakus have 4 more ultimates, and I believe both support ults were online by the time that a Molten Core did first come out, and Chloe going in fast. I mean, all you got to do is hold here with Rampage, trade it out. Maybe you see Rush come out, use Rampage, Beat comes out, use 1 for 2. That's what I'm looking for right here.
Oh, Pneumonia dying! Did get off in time, however. A 2-man Rampage over on the side, followed up by the Tactical Visor down main, but Nort Logic does get shut down in the Rampage, and Tookiepook finally kills on the point with the help of the Casino Rush. We do have Florin digging around underneath ground, looking for another tectonic shot potentially here. Brig 1 HP, make that 0, but that will not be any reinforcements here for the Kittens. As they do get the point to flip here, but it's last red territory, and a lot of ults ready to go for Kittens.
I don't think you realize, if anybody wasn't watching 100%, you just saw 4 ultimates here used by the Hatsune Freakus just to recontest. Going into the Tectonic Shot, and both support ultimates here by the South Korea Kittens. 2, Meow or Never, is they're just gonna have to get onto the objective for a recontest, and they'll be able to have the time of their life on this point.
95%. Does anybody have a touch? It will be Chloe coming in here over on towards this venture. Looking for aggression. We do have Wordy getting forced away. Casino Rush in the back line here. Suzu just in time. They do lose one. Still very dual for either side. Goku opting to use the beat to just stabilize this fight and get the second point. And it will do just that as we do the Kittens taking up a 2-1 lead early here on Flashpoint on New Junk City. That use also do so, but they now are in map point territory on Flashpoint.
Yeah, I'm not too upset about using 3 ultimates there, especially when you know that the enemy team has 0 else. I mean, you have the Molten Core coming back first online, as that's the highest percentage here at 60% here for the South Korea Kittens going in as the most early ultimate. Again, it's still pretty far, but you never know with Hatsune Freakus already having the objective nearby.
And the swap over onto the Genji is an interesting pick here in the Torbjorn as well. May just opting not want to play a Tracer into that anymore. And early Suzu comes out here early from Pneumonia, so that could be kind of the go button here for Goku and the rest of the squad here. Tokipo taking a lot of damage and will go down. Topaz turret on the high ground, finding that damage over on this DPS line here. Wordy 1 HP and will fall to the turret here. Topaz's turret, the 6th man, coming up huge as the Kittens get first control with no ultimates used for either side. And they're building pretty quick.
I mean, the scary thing you're looking at here is going to be the rush coming up fast by Pneumonia, already at 85% compared to the 87% from Topaz. But Topaz, their team, the South Korea Kittens, already have control of the points, and Molten Core can be a really good shutdown if they could just build it a little bit faster before the Hatsune Freakus go in, but I doubt that. I bet the Hatsune Freakus are just going to wait for the Kitsune before they truly engage, with Chloe going in fast.
Yeah, an early engage here. Topaz, in fact, goes even deeper. What a freak of nature. Doesn't get punished for that one. The dig comes out from the venture, and I mean, maybe just going deep here, trying to get some ultimates out for his last fight territory. It looks like by what they were going for. He got the Casino Rush out, so not too shabby here. Didn't use anything in exchange for that one. Goku looking for less can contest here as well over on the backside of this. We'll get it. A couple extra percentage here for the squad. Finally taken down here by Wordy, but got to last fight territory now, and you have all the else you need. Touchy flip zone your flavor playing this slow.
Yeah, the Hatsune Freakus are going to need to play this very slow, or actually pretty fast. I'm sorry, they're down resources. They have to go fast, win fight after fight after fight, trying to prevent the South Korea Kittens from being able to use anything. You're going to see deflect from Wordy come out very fast, going into the final fight, possibly.
Cat with the Casino Rush up on the high ground here. We'll get the teams the space they possibly need here. Nort Logic has in the Rampage online, but we do have Tukipuk using theirs first. The TP Suzu, but Tukipuk gets that punish over on towards Cat for the overzealous TP. The Suzu comes in, does force out this beat here from the Rampage from Nort Logic. But down some members does Goku opt to use his beat. Doesn't appear so. Goku trying to hold on to this one and then get a pick potentially here, but not doable as Boy will melt down Florin on the backside. And that's a great, kind of a slow play there, punishing Cat for that aggressive TP in from Tukipuk.
2 ults versus 2 ults, but the pick for Big Brain onto Norlogic might just seal the deal on the Junkyard objective. You just don't have your tank to be able to touch. Yeah. As we're just going to see the fast aggression here by the Hatsune Freakus picking out Topaz, but
we do get
Florin does get the pick on the, we do get a touch.
Yeah, she's going to get the kill here as well. So if they
Wait,
can...
able to touch again? I don't think it's still a 1 point. I think it's still lost at the end of the day.
Yeah, maybe trying to get
not enough time
out.
for Nort Logic.
That will
and you already see Kitsune Rush coming up from Pneumonia again. The 2 ults versus the 3. You have to kind of save feet for that Blade or OC, whichever one comes first. Both are going to be very scary here, folks. And we're just going to have to see how both teams play out this final objective here, looking for match point.
Yeah, the MoN core might be able to kind of stave off the Blade for a couple seconds initially, but Wordy might just blow out too much pressure here. Deflect used early here. Now here comes the MoN core. Once that Butter cooldown has been exchanged and Poi shut down. Basically the second the overclock is cast here. Now the MoN core. Topaz trying to run down Tukipuk in the back line here, but look at that. Might just be the point going the way, especially with the Pneumonia going down there as well. Can use the Casino Rush for last contest. So using that beat, use the MoN core. You're going to get first cap, however.
I need the Kittens here. If you're a Kittens fan, you really need them to hold close. They need to be aggressive. Go first tempo here, 0 ultimates just to fight it out and force out an ultimate in the spawn. Just try to trade the ultimate for space. Try to get a Kitsune. We're gonna see Poi and the rest of Hatsune Freakus go around coast side here. Is they're gonna be able to get there uncontested with the Kitsune.
Gonna cope up with the Casino Rush here as well. TP does come out here, buoyant, awkward position, but Topaz will take down by the Blade. We're already fighting 2 with 1 slash. And that will be the point flip for you. You got Blade, you got Casino Rush out for, you know, a point that still hasn't flipped yet there. Finally, does get flipped. Now you have to die quickly here if you are the Kittens. They do just that. And now, just the Rampage online. You have beat Topaz. The May comes out here, very late change.
Guess what? I swear I'm gonna be so ecstatic if we see a May blocking the Rampage of the May wall. I see the vision here for the final point. You know it's gonna be very close if you get Blizz, but Blizz is also gonna be very good for last touch territory, as it just kind of gives you a free point flip here. We're gonna have to see how the May swap really swaps it up as we see continuing.
Yeah, early Casino Rush out here trying to find any pick to back one. Tickbook flying solo, but does get back to the safety of the team. And now Big Brain will have the beat for the re-engage should they need it. The point does flip in the chaos. Lauren having this Blade still took the book down. And now the Staggers are here. Big Brain trying to get out here with their life. Pulling their beat. But now 75% here. And they're going to push forward towards the spawn. Having Rampage, having the Blade. Let's see if they have a touch even as they just come out of spawns.
I mean, you have to go fast. Who's touching the objective here? You don't have anybody fast. You have a Tracer, you have a Kiri, but it's 3, 2, 1.
They don't touch!
That's going to be map 2 in favor of the Kittens. Match point. Going into this, did you ever think there's a possibility for 3-0 in favor of the Kittens?
No, I did not think that there's a sweep on the cards potentially here coming forward. You know, they are down bucket, but just think, like, this team was still really allotted and plotted for their flexibility, the Hatsune Freakus, and now they're just getting kind of sent to the dumpster right now by the Kittens, and let's see if they have a bounce back after going down 2-0 pages on the brink of history. If you are here, you can say you were, as we might see a Kittens franchise take home their first victory. With that being so, go to quick break. Don't go anywhere. Map 3 and potentially history on the other side.
These beats are the purest. Prove it. These beats are the purest. Perfect.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Clash Season 7 Week 2 matchup between the South Korea Kittens 2, Meow or Never, and the Hatsune Freakus. We are going into Map 3, potentially our final map here, as the Kittens look to try to get the sweep off and take home Cat's first win in Aurora Esports League official tournaments. All right?
I mean, hey, chat, listen up. Can we get a meow check going on? Everybody, get a meow check if you're hyped for the Cats team, okay? I want to see everybody typing that in the chat right now. Oh yeah, we're farming engagement. Let's go. We are farming engagement. Meow check team.
Actually discussing viewership farming, but yeah, we're here. We do got mentioned that Bucket has returned to the fray, so now Poi is back over on towards this tank role. So if you are the Kittens, you now have to earn it.
Oh yeah, especially looking here on the Nimbani. I mean, if Bucket's the game changer, letting Poi on the tank role, like, that's just gonna be heartbreaking, no?
Could be, but Logic versus Poi in the Diva Mirror. This Poi's a fraud. Season 1 MVP was ages ago old,
not
man.
real, not real.
Says no chance to delivery, Chad. The FedEx General, and now Bucket falling very low early though. Has dropped off the high ground, but the follow through from Florin is there. So down bucket early, down the MVP, the early MVP favorite for the Hatsune Freakus is down already. Now that's both DPS taken out of the way. However, we do have Poi getting aggressive here on the back line. But the kills are heavily in favor of the Kittens right now. Cat just trying to survive. Poi's onslaught of aggression will not do so as Bucket returning to the point, trying to put some pressure on in. They do get about 2 ticks over for this one. Bucket
Might be a third if Poi doesn't get the touch on the back.
Poi
coming in
does
for
get
the touch.
it.
Everybody's got a burn.
But Goku has
Half
returned as
HP
well.
already, no armor.
And Bucket again taken out of the fray. Pneumonia does get that beam over on towards Goku, so still a very even fight either way. Wordy half HP going on down. Poi still no mech over on towards the point. They are going to go down Chloe here as the fight continues to go over on the point. Tookie Book 1 HP and gets burned, and the res is huge. Like you said, Cat's reses so far this series have just been monstrous.
I think I've only seen one res that did not go through that got picked out, traded out for. I mean, Cat is just doing a great job with these reses, always just bringing a +1 to the fight. Even with the Torb, I don't think we saw the Torb with the Mercy. If it was, it would be a 7-man team, you know? But no, it's going in fast here on the Bucket, and Wordy just making space, and we're going to have to see how both teams play this coming out.
Nord does fall pretty low here as he gives some space, get back to the team, get a bit of healing up, but that does mean that Goku is not in the LOS of the squad, and can't quite get the healing. Cat might try to go for the res here if it's in position they possibly can, but it looks like she will hold off on that one, instead opting for a bit of more free cart progress here. A nice anti-nade from Tookie Poke over on Nord Logic makes them have to use this bomb to re-mech here before the fight really breaks out. Chloe does have the blade here, ready to pop one out, but Poi using that bomb to block off that. Cat will go down, but they punish out Poi out of the mech. And now Goku in the back line. They're going to find 2 here. The blade is still online for Florence. They decided to pop in this one. But doesn't look like they will even have to use this one. The duplicate from Pneumonia, though, does find 2 on the far edge. The cart not moving here. But that's another ult out of the way. Pneumonia clutching up here with 3 in this fight. And the cart hasn't moved a single inch. As Pneumonia
I think he got
clutch.
4 in the back line. Hey, EJ, I know you're in the chat. Take a little look at this. Clip it. Anyways, you do see Poi gets Nort back, but Goku also gets Pneumonia. Coming back, still a scrappy fight. We do see the barrage come out from Goku, a little bit greedy here. Ends up Poi gets the one with a blade coming out by Florence, gets the Tookie-Pook, gets the Wordy.
Yeah, the TP from the Kiriko on the Ana just makes that blade all the more deadly and dangerous. Poi hitting that DM in Chloe's face, but lose out on the mech. And this is turning into a comp game here when they're just going in non-stop. No holds barred. Poi, no mech here, gets taken down. And they're probably going to get the res off here on a Chloe unless Pneumonia's capping it.
I think personally, the more calm game he looks like, it all depends. It's GM player versus GM player who can just get a pick faster in the fight as long as the fight keeps stalling out, and who can live longer, just gets more value. And so far, it is looking like the Kittens, except you do see the Nano Visor fried Bucket. Does find one, gets Cat, looking for another, getting DM'd by Nort, but Nort's about to go down. Goku falls on half. You do see the D-Mech from Nort. Due to Pneumonia, as Pneumonia's in the backline just poking away here, is now they're not going to be able to cap second.
Was definitely a valiant effort there from Nord to try to stop that Nanovisor from getting too much value, but Topaz just staggering himself out here. With that Suzu, they do get the cap.
Respawn, though.
He does get the wave respawn, and some ults coming out. I mean, instant DPS
Double
swap
DPS
here.
swap. 2 of them. I'm surprised not to see like a Sim or an Echo just to help burn down the Mr. Fraud GM Poi. JK, don't kill me, please. Smile. Please approve my ringing requests. Thank you. Anyways.
At admin,
going
please.
into another fight, 2 minutes left on clock. Seeing how the Kittens are going to play this with 2 ults compared to the 2 ults of the Freakus.
Wordy does land a decent shot over there. Suzu from Wordy had to get used, however, but Suzu exchanged. We do want to find low over on towards the point. Now the Tracer 1v1 in the back line, but this is just chaos right now, but still 1v1 over on towards the DPS. The supports are being walled off right now. The bomb in the back, and the cap, the C9 from the Freakus. I don't even know how that happened. It just got pushed over the brink with the bomb from Nord, dropping down that way, forcing the C9. And they might get the kills here at the end, but that will be the point going the way of the Kittens. And now 2 minutes, 50 seconds in the bank.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm gonna say it. That was kind of Nort Goat. He held down 4 people, both supports and Bucket on the high ground, while Wardy was also forced to use the Kitsune rush, just being able to hold 3 people while in an ultimate, just allowing your team just to have a 4 versus 2 against Pneumonia and Poi, allowing just the objective to get pushed as far as possible. Come in and you do see the pulse does get eaten by Poi, sadly. No ultimates in favor except for the OC coming out from the South Korea Kittens versus the Nano of the Hatsune Freakus as we're coming into possibly last fight territory.
We do have the overclock coming in here, looking for some collateral damage here. Bucket taking a shot or two, but the DM from Poi will start delivering too much value. And now the Nano re-engage here from the D.Va over onto the point. Will start melting down the health bars of the Kittens. And now Pneumonia from the high ground looking to get involved in the party a little bit here, get some kills for themselves. We'll do just that. Nort Logic just has to go a quick reset here. Pneumonia granting the Baby D.Va some mercy there. And they do once again stabilize on the defense. Some ults coming up here from as well.
Yeah, minute 30 left on the clock. Gonna be about a minute 10 before we even get back to the objective to touch here. The 4 ultimates from the Hatsune. Hey, gotta stop Poi one way or the other, you know. Coming out from Chloe too, GM versus GM, Symmetra versus D.Va. We're gonna have to see how they play this coming in. Looking for the brawl, minute 20 on the clock.
Yeah, opting into the Echo, the Torbjorn into the Echo is definitely an interesting pick as well. But here comes a Glisted Rush Tactical Visor, but they're just gonna kite away from this one. And
Nade gets eaten by Nort.
yeah, not much coming out of the ultimates here. Now the re-engage from the Kims. Chloe looking for a TP in the backline. Will land onto a few people here. Nort going in deep, has that bomb. Sure, they need the remech. But here comes the bomb out from Poi, looking for any kills out that one. Finds 2 in the backline, and Nort doesn't find anything. The captain for the Freakus not wanting to go down here. Hits a ginormous ultimate, and now Nort has to just reset here, has to fly away. But the sleep from Tookie Pook lands mid-fly.
But the stagger, 30 seconds on the clock. Bucket doesn't understand though. Bucket doesn't realize they're staggering. I think you could stagger for an extra 10 seconds and not let Nort come out to the objective for a final touch here. We're gonna see the Kitsune coming out versus the Nano and the Duplicate. All you have to do is just live if you're a kitten. Just, what? That came out wrong. Oh, the pick on the Pneumonia though.
He didn't listen, he didn't live if he was not a kitten, I guess. As now we have the Sim just walking down point here. Point game melted out of this mech. Almost having the Sim wall online as well as a Casino Rush here from Topaz. Ready to be unleashed, but the Nano as well as the Duplicate could be enough to stabilize here on the defense should the find narrow living picks. Looking for this one. They have the Sim wall. They're going to play over on the left side. Casino Rush here from Topaz on the point. Will allow them to get enough healing as possible needed here. The Topaz! Healing Ofuda is perfectly timed over the floor, and now Goku's turret finding the kills. Chloe fully charged, but can't quite land the shots. Pneumonia has a Duplicate. The sleep mid-MoN core from Tookie Pook shuts that down.
It might be enough though.
Cat with the overhead array. Getting the remech from spawn. Trying to find something here. Topaz finding Wordy. It's doable here for inner side. A lot of critical members on both these teams. Both Kirkos out of the way, but Nordic not one to go on down. Nordic finding 2. The Reaper recontest here from Bucket as well. Poi has the bomb for the last second test. The bomb over on the point. Does find Florin on the recontest. And they can't touch.
That is unfortunate, but hey, you made a valiant effort. You got a huge push here. All you have to do is play like a kitten, you know. All you got to do is go crazy on this defense, and you're going to secure a 3-0 victory here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might have been thinking that now the Bucket was in, we could see the boy tank. It might kind of be a complete flip in terms of the narrative, but the Kittens still put up a hell of a fight there again, basically to the end of C on Ambani. We've seen a lot of full holes, a lot of holes on B, and now they are, of course, 1/2 away from making history. We'll have to see if they can continue this, or if the Freakus don't want to go down without even more of a fight. We shall see coming out what this team decided to opt into. Florin over on to the Echo for the defense. Goku playing the Torb. We have a -+ here for WYND in the chat.
That wasn't by me. That was by people next to me. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, coming out here. Hey, the plus or minus, you know.
Winston. Interesting.
I find it interesting because you're not playing this typical on a brig with it, looking for a nade. I feel like Winston's gonna be a pick here where it's like, I think what you kind of need an Onyx, especially if you're gonna have your GM player on Winston, unless they're able just to find a nice pick onto the maybe Cat, but Cat's gonna be able to heal anybody through the Winston bubble as well. Cat honestly might be the hardest counter here for Poi. And you're gonna see the Torbjorn coming out from Goku. It's gonna be very scary here if you're a Freakus staying on this comp.
Yeah, I would think that Poi probably swaps the second that they see this composition for the side of the defense right now. And now the Mercy Pocket goes right over on into Chloe here on a Florin. Looking for a bit of an angle here over onto his coast side, but a very slow approach right now. Bucket over onto the Reaper now. No more Soldier. They're going to go for the full coast side rotate here. But they do get caught out by the Kittens, knowing where they are. Pneumonia looking for a flank down main, apparently. Going under the torture, but might spot him out here unless he's careful. Does get the shots off into it. Doesn't quite hit the LOS of the turret, so it does get that to break. And now that might be the go key for the side of the Hatsune. Freakus going to dive out of here with this Winston, but Nora just gain the healing here from Topaz from way downtown. And really no pressure on support lines or Goku right now. The jump in from Poi trying to take some angles off in the back line here. Behind point, but Pneumonia taking a lot of damage from Nort as they try to cross. Florin getting a decent amount of healing there from Cat as well. And just look at the ultimates here. And for the supports, it's a lot higher right now for the side of the Kittens, and still really nothing. Another one. The dive over onto Goku, but has the overload just in time to stay nice and healthy there. Bucket on point, forced to race away. Still, no kills. Finally, one more coming through. And Cat down. Can't quite get the healing over on towards Chloe in the sky on the Echo. That's a great opening pick. And now with 2 down, that might be point A. The slow approach, the Taurus and the Hare. The Taurus can take this one. As that way, point A going the way of the Hatsune Freakus. Taking their time, but finally breaking open the defense.
Now, if you are going to compare this to the attack of the South Korea Kittens, I believe the Hatsune Freakus did take about 20 seconds longer to cap. I'm pretty sure it was a minute 15 came out for the South Korea Kittens, especially with this comp. I mean, the one thing you got to worry about is Cat. Who is actually killing you? You have to be very careful where you are. The killing blow on Cat here is going to be the Genji dash. So as long as you play good positioning, I think the South Korea Kittens do have it favored towards them.
See how the side go for here. They also have a lot of ultimates in their favor early. Goku getting kind of caught out here, but Florin does hit that duplicate over onto the Winston. Loses that duplicate basically immediately here. Now the dump buster and Bucket! Both DPS gone here for the South Korea Kittens. As the kills are here once again.
Make it res though.
Maybe the res does come through. Boy can't stop it. They do kill Cat for that though, however. And Goku just brought back to die. So that will be another fight victory here for the Freakus that continue to put Scar forward at a blistering pace.
We do see the swap here from Florin going from the Echo onto the cast, looking to probably pocket that. Looking probably in just to mark the Winston a little bit more. If you got a Mercy Pocket going with underneath. Both teams trying to sit on the objective right now. One team trying to win, one team trying to hold it back. Cuber watch.
Bomb. Core. A lot coming out here for both these teams, but the kills are here for the Freakus. As I've already managed to find 2, and now the Primal Rage is beating and battering any remaining members as Wardy cleans up the kill feed. And there will be the Freakus once again capped with a very good time making on 4 minutes and 40 seconds to not even complete the map. It's looking pretty good for them right here. The Freakus on a bit of a bounce back on their attack.
I mean, both teams 4 versus 4 ultimates. I think the Freakus just played really well, going full dive onto the backline. You are going to see Topaz swap to the Ana, which I am not a fan of. I mean, I guess you do have your Torb in your backline, but you're playing against a hyper mobile comp, hyper fast comp trying to kill you. And you choose to go something more mobile. It doesn't really fit right with me, but we're going to have to see as Poi goes in fast with the beat.
Yeah, dive in, but they can't get the kill. They do eventually kill the Poi, but they've lost Chloe in the process. And Bucket walking forward here with the Reaper. Will begin to melt them down. Can't quite land the blows there over on Topaz that they needed, but they do eventually kill Norlogic as well. And that might just be the map. There'll be a couple last second contesters here from Cat, but do they have anybody to touch? It doesn't look like they really do. Florida on the Tracer for last second point cast. They will, but Bucket in the spawn taking down Cat, and that is a record-setting pace. 3 minutes 42 seconds for the full cap on Nambani, and that will be the Freakus taking the map.
Get these characters off of me.
I mean, they played stellar. I don't want to say anything, but Bucket came back and it became a pretty big win. I don't know about you, Mr. Booney, but might be a coincidence, might not be. But we're just gonna see how the hyperfast comp here shown by the Hatsune Freakus really working well in their favor.
Yeah, we will have to see how that works out. I'm sorry, it's a break. Don't go anywhere. Overwatch Clash continues after this.
These beats are the purest.
beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Clash Season 7 Week 2 matchup between South Korea Kittens 2 Meow or Never and the Hatsune Freakus. Freakus taking our last map of Nambani. And after some clarification with the admin team, we are going into Havana for map number 4. And joining me now is going to be Panini because WYND had to go off and touch grass. So now Panini, you've come in into map 4, still one map away from history being made. Going on to Havana, you're saying the map choice wasn't quite your favorite. Why do you feel that way going in?
The more I'm thinking about it, I think it might be okay, actually. I'm really scared to play against Poi Sigma, but now that I'm looking at it, you have Florin on Widow, which might be one of the scariest Widow players in the league.
And Cuckoo on Zenyatta, there's some...
I think this could cook. I think the one thing I'm really curious about is what Nort's going to play here, because, like, you are going to play this poke. I know Nort plays, like, Venture and Reaper and Bastion, but none of those are really poke. So maybe the Torb? Like, I'm not sure. Cass. Okay, Cass is a good pick here.
Yeah,
I don't know Nort's, like,
walk
full
around,
hero pool, but
shoot
yeah.
Topaz a little bit, maybe.
The big thing is going to be just watching out for Florin. Like, if you let Chloe get this space, get these angles, it's going to be really scary if you're a Freakus fan.
Yeah, I mean, you also know that there's no really, like, long-range hit scan expertise on the side of the Hatsune
There it
Freakus.
is.
And yeah, Florin opening pick over on Ammonia. Topaz gonna walk forward, take the space off that one. Nor just barely dodge out on that rock. But a good start here so far for the Kittens as they keep push forward. Another one here from Florin as she finds a second. Looking for potentially a third. Do not jump against this Widowmaker, please. But Goku giving the team a free kill over there. Tookie Puck with two here. Turn things around, but Topaz walking him down, trying to force him back, but looks like it's going to be a bit of a reset. Pneumonia toss over on the Genji here as well. No more Sojourn for him. And now it's a 3-on-3 on the cart. And Nort Logic on the DPS lights up Pneumonia, and the cart continues to move forward.
I don't like this, the recontest there. Now it's going to be a really awkward fight here. You might have to fight this point without Pneumonia. I think he might barely get back in time, but once Chloe gets those 2 picks, it's really hard to keep fighting. I think you just need to reset, get your team back, and then try to fight for the end of this point here.
Especially when Tookie finds 2, just try to get out, just take your big advantage here and see what you can do with this one. Goku's on off angle right now, but getting marked by Pneumonia pretty heavily here. Gotta get some healing of food here from Cat. Has that ultimate should she need it, but the Flux not gonna find anything as Goku meet the wrong side of a rock from Poi, and Poi in the Casino Rush of the other team finds 2 and holds on to this Flux. And probably a stagger here on Topaz as well.
That's brutal for the Kittens. Using the Flux and the Katsuni Rush are both 2 very good win conditions, but not finding value with either of them. We do have Florin going onto this Genji. I think they are going to try to play a little bit faster, play a little bit more for these really quick engages with the Genji and the Venture. It's going to be kind of awkward here, though, because you have the Zen and this Sigma that want to play a little bit slower. So we'll see how their engages work, but it is kind of an anti-synergistic comp they're playing right now.
So yeah, side play. So here Pneumonia trying to mark off Florin up on the high ground right now. Taking a pretty decent amount of damage here is Florin. Has to retreat, get some healing. The dash not going to land. And Pneumonia will eventually fall. And Topaz is going to eat up the Captain's Son. It's a massive East, a 1-for-1 exchange for DPS here. The Rock not quite going to land there as Poi hits multiple in this Flux and lands him on down. Topaz taking a pretty decent amount of damage right now. Pillar going to move here. Took book with this window trying to help the Poi stay alive on point for a second longer. Goku does have Transcendence first recontest should they need it here. Pneumonia close to Blade. They're going to push in heavily here with this Transcendence. Pneumonia taking a decent amount of damage over on towards the card, but Goku's Trans will eventually dissipate. They have found Pneumonia in this chaos. Nort going deep in the backline, forced out the early lamp. Will pay for worth their own life, but I'd say heavily worthwhile here as now Florin and Goku can push in the backline, find his kills, and cap point A.
Yeah, Topaz being able to live through that Flux after eating that Captive Sun. Really good to just get those ults out, especially after I mentioned using 2 ults like the fight before that, where they just weren't able to get a whole lot of value. Now we're looking at both the DPS ults on the Freakus, but not a whole lot other than that. The Blade is really scary for Florin, but also this Katsuni Rush right around the corner from Cat.
Pneumonia down as well. They also use this very early lamp here. Do they get...
Pneumonia dying early is rough. I don't know if they're even going to try to fight this. I think you need to just back up, wait for Pneumonia to come back again.
Poi just kind of marking off Goku here. A lot of damage being dealt here onto Goku. Goku 1 HP will just burn to death mid-air there.
Gets straight up though.
Oh, Pneumonia.
Nort is split. I think he's gonna get staggered here. If he's able to get out, that's big, but he might just get staggered here.
Running away the dash, and oh boy, it's a double.
Brutal stagger.
Topaz might as well here. Topaz falling very low, has no shield, and yes, will go down.
It feels like these fights, just the entire match, have just been so messy. Everyone on the Kittens are just getting staggered. They have so many ults, they just need to regroup, save up these ults, try to just go in with that. The fact they're getting staggered out.
And they use Lamp. Flora might take this opportunity to use his blade. Who knows? Again, just absolute chaos on both these sides. Blade out here. Does latch over onto Bucket, tries to get the reset, will get one, but the Flux from Poi does get Topaz, and the Bob is still in its place to put some damage on it. Another ultimate backline here from Nort Logic, but not doing anything but getting a bit of space for the squad. Cat TP's in to try to help the bench in the backline here. Wordy taking some damage on this dive, but has the pylon in place. And now the kills are still coming here for both these teams. What am I watching right now? Pneumonia 1 HP, but the trance is here. Pneumonia still 1, Pneumonia still 1. Pneumonia had the moves and gets out. How does Pneumonia survive that? Breaks the ankles of Chloe.
I feel like these ults are just so weird. It's like they should be getting so much value, and they just getting nothing. The trance, I thought, was gonna give Florin enough time to get those kills off. Topaz gets chased down again right outside of his spawn, using the trance, using that what's it called? The Venture ult just doesn't really get any value here. Yeah, you have the Flux, but you're looking into a Lamp and then also like a Poi Rock, so it's gonna be hard to get value with this trance too.
Pneumonia taken down early here once again, but that apparently hasn't really dealt them any issues as Goku down. Poi close to yet another Flux here, almost online. As now both supports for the Kittens are out of this fight. Nort trying to take down Poi, but has the Immortality Field and uses the Flux just to screw you, Nort. Takes him on down.
It's just the Kittens have the ults. They're only playing against a window and a blade. The blade's gonna be kind of rough here. They don't have a trance either. But they do definitely have more ults coming into this next fight. But we'll see if they can even get the space, get the touch off to be able to fight. Nort goes over to the Tracer to get that touch off.
Flux from Topaz, less Poi up in the air, the slam on down. They do find Bucket, so a good opening here. They also do prevent the Cena coming through, but Pneumonia with the blade trying to clutch up here for the side of the Freakus before in exchange 1-for-1 on these blades. Cat 1 HP trying to dodge Pneumonia, but just can't quite do it. Florin with 3 of the blade.
Florin saving Paige's life. Paige trying to just live against Pneumonia. Florin comes back, gets the dash when Paige is at 1 HP. Topaz goes to the ball to try to touch. I think there is going to be another fight for both teams. Poi is trying to play this Winston here. I think Poi should be able to get back to this fight too. Only really ult available here might be Wordy's Captive Sun. It's just going to be such a scrappy fight.
Yeah, Bucket trying to do something here before. Oh no!
9. I don't know how that happens. I think Florin got her kill onto the Alari, but just wasn't able to get back in time. That's just brutal. I guess we'll see if the Kittens can have a better hold on the defense here. It's definitely not over, but that's just got to be devastating. After a really rough Numbani going into a terrible C9 on Havana. Well, they got to just keep their mental strong. It's definitely still winnable. As we kind of saw in that attack there, I think a lot of the things I kind of pointed out with playing into Poi's Sigma is just really tough. Early on, we saw Florin get that value on that Widowmaker, but second point especially, kind of hard to find those angles.
Yeah, and now we have Nort on the maze, so probably a spawn hole coming out here from the Kittens. And now, like you said, you gotta bring the mental back into this one. You had the kill in Wordy as well. You had the advantage in that fight. Just you can't stick your behind on the cart.
Yeah. They were very close to that Transcendence too, so just even if that fight went a little bit long, I think Goku definitely could have built that Trance, given his team the brawl, and they would have been up. They are actually not playing for a close hold. I think they might just be playing the play kind of front to back, wall off Poi, and just run him over. The Mei also can get some value peeling for that backline if a Genji tries to go in, so either of those could be a very good reason to swap the Mei here. We'll see exactly what the game plan is with it. definitely a little bit awkward though, I'd say.
Let's see they go for it here. Boyd does taking a pretty decent amount of damage, beating and battering here. And early immortality from Tukipuk is forced. Now we'll see how the Kittens decide to approach this one. Pneumonia 1 HP and Florin dash on in. Starts the Genji diff over on Pneumonia here. Down the immortality field, not much they could do with that one. Boy still trying to maintain presence here on the cart, but the cart not even around their first corner as Nort and Topaz, just an immovable object over here. Took it down. That's going to be a reset force here by the Freakus, and there's the wall on a boy, but no rip follow-up it looks like. As Nort punished, goes too far.
Let's take it down. I think a big part here, if you're the Kittens, is just trying to hold this corner as long as you can, but that's not very long to be holding that first corner. I think they are going to be able to get out. They have Page healing. Topaz, I think, will be able to get out, regroup just in time for their Mei and their Zen to get back. But, like, looking at the ult bank right now, we already have both supports and Poi on the side of the Freakus. It's right around the corner from these ults here. Page has this Kitsune Rush. Could be huge if they opt to use it early here, especially before Wordy gets this trance, but I don't think that's going to happen in time.
Oh, a lot of damage gets put down there as well on a Topaz from nice headshots from Pneumonia. Now the trance comes out. Poi with this flux lifts up 2 members and slams them on right back down. And the Kitsune Rush is not enough. As the, that's gotta be a swap blade, I'd assume.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But
I mean, the good news is you got the trance out, you got the flux out. So that's not terrible. Get a lot of ults out. The problem is you have like 5 minutes. Ooh, got about 5 minutes here, which is really rough.
Oh, the rock too from Poi from way downtown lands on the floor.
Keep the mental strong, Kittens. It's not over. Just getting a little bit too greedy, trying to play a little bit too fast. Team's not quite ready, and now they're just getting staggered again here.
Now they're playing Ana as well. I guess they...
I don't know what the game plan here is. Like, it's really awkward to be able to run that Mei with a Zen. Mei, I feel like you're trying to isolate people and run them down. The Zen, I feel like you're trying to play really slow and just kind of get your angles. So neither of them really play well together. I guess we'll see. They have to be able to break through this first, and
Cat 1 HP and Cat going on down. The transfer from Guku is here, but Poi has a flux once that ultimate dissipates. Looks for it. It's a solo flux over on towards Topaz as Pneumonia finds 2. Pneumonia and Poi. All the team needs here. Nordlogic as well. Can't survive. Still has the Blizzard. Do they have a touch as they have yet to respawn with the whole team? I don't know if they do. Cat on the Ana's own, potentially close. Guku hits the rollout. But gets rocked! And they are going to get the touch just in time, but Tukipuk has the window up on the top left. Tukipuk is deflect right back and forth here. Nordic running him back with the Blizzard, looking to just chuck it on any remaining members here. Topaz to slam over on the cart. The Blizzard comes on out. Doesn't quite hit the cart though. Bucket has the fade away, and now Topaz taking on down. 3.5 meters remaining, and the Dragon will split Nordic away, and that is going all the way to map 5 as the Freakus take Havana, and now the mental, you gotta imagine, is on a thread right now.
That's just so rough because I felt like they just didn't. They lost their first fight and they just weren't able to get it together, getting staggered a lot. Ults weren't getting a ton of value on the side of the Kitten, so just nothing went right for them. I mean, I think right now from the Kittens, I feel like you want to go Brawl. Like, Brawl worked map 1. I think you just go back to it. Also, the Brawl they ran on Flashpoint looked pretty good, too. So either lineup they have, any comp that they have, I think that's what I'd be looking at for my game plan here.
Yeah, I'll have to see where they decide to go for map 5. Of course, history's still on the line, but the Freakus looking to pull off a reverse sweep. But we do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Overwatch Clash will continue after a short break.
These beats are the purest. Prove it. These beats are the purest. Roll it, roll it.
And welcome back in, everybody, to a Map 5 banger. You wouldn't want it any other way, as the Hatsune Freakus are taking on South Korea Kittens 2, meow or never. It is literally right meow. It has to happen right meow. Map 5, going over into Coliseum. And before we go in, I gotta say, trick plays and Rusty Goomba, sure, why not? I am your captain after all. I'll give birth to your children. But now, how do you want to handle this, approach this if you are the Kittens? You're, of course, one away from victory, but also one away from yet another one lost column. So, what comp do you want to see?
Like I kind of mentioned, I think this is a really good map choice for them because like they were doing really well on the Brawl on both Flashpoint and Koth early on in the series. I think Coliseum is a really good map for Brawl. You also, now that the glasses are removed, that the backline is going to be a lot more accessible by Florin on Genji or Tracer, whatever she decides to play. They are running Nort on this Queen, so that's kind of exactly what they're playing for. They have Topaz on that Torb, maybe expecting Pneumonia on the Genji. That definitely could get a lot of value. I honestly really like this comp coming out for the Kittens. I think it is going to play really well into what the Freakus are running. It's like they have the right idea. We'll just see if it pays off. We'll see if the clutch plays are going to be here.
Very aggressive dive in the backline here by Florin onto Pneumonia with the help of Buku on that Lucio. Just trying to split the attention of the Freakus so far as Poi Flying so weaker. Topaz just running on in with the right clicks, but Topaz, in fact, will be the one to get punished. Pneumonia still in the backline here, but that might just be the first fight victory going this way unless Chloe has something up her sleeve. Pneumonia's in the backline looking at Cat, and we're going to shut this one down. It looks like the Freakus are going to take the first control of the bot and continue to move forward. I mean, Goku will get one for the troubles, but all it does is pad the stats. You do get 2 meters at the end of the day, but you also get sent back to spawn.
What's really rough about the Kittens comp is they're really playing to stay on top of that Torb. If you lose the Torb early, you don't have that sustain, you don't have that pressure on the Winston. So then Poi and Pneumonia can just kind of run free once that Torb gets taken down. So Topaz just needs to really survive here, play really safe, and just try to get as much space as he can with himself and his turret.
Yeah, Topaz getting moved around, however, might get taken down here, might get punished. Poi 1 HP, will get back to safety of the team, though. They are going to use the Queen Shout to engage here. Goku flying dangerously low. It's going to be 1-for-1 exchange. Pneumonia trying to swing on in, maybe try to build the last percent of this blade. It is still an equal fight either way, but with it's still very doable here for either side. The bot has been stolen in the meanwhile. As Tukipuk and Pneumonia versus Nort Logic and Goku. Tukipuk does have the beast. should they decide to opt in this one, but the reinforcements should be coming here shortly for either side. And Guku opting to run away here with the help of the Shelf Nort logic. And this is chaos now with Moira on the field from Cat.
Ooh, I don't know about the Moira.
I don't really
Moira
either.
does exactly what Freakus does, but worse. The good thing is the Rampage here from Nort could be really big. Might force out the beat from Tukipu. A lot of ults are up though.
Casino Rush and Beat here exchanged with a lot of ult being dumped right now. We're gonna need to see some kills. They find Topaz and Cat. They are finding the picks here out the back of these ultimates. Now Suzu comes out. The use of the Rampage here from Nort, and I don't know about that one. Pneumonia 1 HP will go down, but that's gonna be all they're really get off the back of this one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you see the Blade and the support ults come out from the side of the Freakus. That's really good. The OC and the Primal are good ults, but you have Beat. Beat should be able to counter either one of them, just whichever one is getting more value. And then you have like that Blade there for the cleanup, so it was looking really good. I guess now you're down the Rampage though, which is just kind of rough, but definitely still win conditions.
Eventually gonna find Florin here, but Boy uses this Primal Ray to try and knock somebody off the map. Potentially the Beat comes out for the remaining 4 members. They gave up checkpoint as Boy beats him off that area, allows the bot to move forward. The kills and spawns should be here for the Kittens, but Boy playing inside that bubble for just a couple seconds here might get out with this life. It looks like we'll do just that. Lands right over onto the Mega.
Hammer kill!
And Topaz, the mental game. Hippie. Pneumonia's trying to get out here, but
Good thing is that's a really cheap fight for the Kittens, so they might be able to get some momentum going here, especially picking off Pneumonia. That's a huge pick to open up the fight.
yeah, it's a really good start here. Now they can go very aggressively here, look for any lasting and potential staggers on a Tukipook falling so low, but they can't quite find the kill. However, Florin still has his Blade ready to be unleashed, and most focus with the overclock, only ultimate on the field here for the Hatsune. Freakus has to come out large. The Coalescence to open things up here to force out some cooling, to force down some momentum. That's gonna kite this one away and evade this damage, but Bucket's stuck in an awkward position here. Guka trying to 1v1 him in the little small room is gonna lose this one out. Looks like the Blade comes out here from Chloe, finding Tukipook, swings over on towards Wordy, but just TP's 2 feet away. Now it's just Pneumonia and Ploy over on the point, trying to do anything here. Boy 1 HP, there's no health pack there, my friend, and just cannot get the healing off. Pneumonia trying to get back to the team and back to spawn. But now Topaz has the MoN core for any last contested. We might see a trick point here for both teams.
Yeah, Topaz with this core might just be able to deny some space here. Pneumonia falls super low, able to get away with his life. Florin just can't get taken down here. It's a tie right now. If they don't contest, the Kittens will have the lead.
It is a tie, but the MoN core out on the point now. Pneumonia 1 HP, Guku with the beat, but it's gonna be exchanged 1 for 1. The cart still in favor of neither team right now. Casino Rush over onto the point, but the picks are here for the Kittens, trying to do something here. Pneumonia coming back from spawn with the Blade, could do something here. The Suzu out just in time from Wordy in the Casino Rush, 1 HP, but the kills are still here. Boy has Primal Rage, Juicy inside to opt in, no, goes instead for the Mega. Nort has Rampage, saving but Guku finding the kills. The cart still not any advantage for either side. Guku 1 HP goes on down. Now Tukipook 1 HP. Now Cat back to the fight, but it looks like gonna try to get a reset here. As now we're still tied 1 for 1. Checkpoint for checkpoint.
That's what a crazy way this series would be going if this stays in a tie. Pneumonia does have this Blade along with this Primal from Poi. Nort just has to stay alive here. Those are 2 really scary ults. We do have a lot of ult on the side of the Kittens coming up here too, especially this Rampage coming out from Nort could be really big and opening this fight up.
Tukipook very low. And Tukipook down. Lucio out of the fight now. Chloe pushing forward, looking for a bit of damage here. Bucket is forced to use that. Wraith, they pop the Blade, they pop the Primal. Trying to bring it back in their team's favor, but Pneumonia flying slow. They do get the Coalescence out, but that's 2 ults for a Coalescence and not a good exchange. As no 4 minutes left in time bank. They had the Rampage, they had the Blade. We could be looking at a lead gain here for the Kittens, as there's nothing on their side.
Cole is just one of those ults that you can just kind of throw away. You build it so quickly, usually it doesn't get a ton of value, so just trading that for Primal and Blade is just massive. Now we have Wordy switching off too, so 3 ultimates are going to be almost down to 0 for the Freakus. The Blade and the Rampage are still on the table, along with the Kittens taking the lead.
Oh, they're going to find Tukipook here. Wordy on in the back line, just getting zoned out by this Blade. The cart was taken for a second there, but they do get past this checkpoint, and they are starting to gain some meterage here. And now Wordy falling so low, has to run back into spawn. Pneumonia swaps off the Genji over onto the Sojourn, but they still have this Rampage here, Panini. This is a huge ultimate still in the time bank, still in their back pocket to pop here.
Bucket's got to be huge here with this Blossom. It could get value here. That being the only one is a little bit rough. Goku might just be able to boop it away and just get that space.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Just-
The cart just on this bridge. Now the Rampage is in a great position to be used to open this fight up. They get booped away. Boy gets hit with the anti, get taken on down. But Bucket with two, Bucket with the third, Bucket with a Ginormous ultimate. Like you said, the one they need to be big is the one they got.
Yeah, trading ults there and just hitting a huge nade coming out from Wordy. I think caught 4 there. That Blossom just able to clean everyone up. Even though you lose Poi, being able to win with that Blossom is huge. Now that it's starting to get maybe a little bit more space here, it is still an upward battle. The Kittens do still have this lead, only about 2 minutes left. But now it's definitely starting to open up here for the Freakus.
Oh, Goku 1 HP and Ajax from Goku! The last thing you need to see as a Kittens fan! And not Tookie Book responds with a 4-man beat of their own! Cat has a coalescence to try to keep the team alive. Boy falling very low here, but the Nano is just in time and hits the axe on Nort. Nort has slept and antied and taken on down. And now Topaz running in the back line but can't find anything. And Poi built up this Rampage. And that Ajax, keep that in the back of your mind as we approach the last 2 minutes of this map.
Yeah, now the Kittens are back down to 0 ults. You're looking at a Rampage and an OC coming out for the Freakus, so it's definitely switched way back in favor of the Hatsune Freakus here. The ult economy is just so strong for them, and they do have this bot. Winning this next fight might just give them the lead here.
See how the side plays one out here. Pneumonia flying Topaz's turret, but Florin just trying to be able to potentially for this blade, but Poi with a nice 3-man Rampage. Nort Logic 1 HP. The other exchange upper word, but Bucket with 2 more on the support line. And that will just be the lead.
Yeah, Florin with this blade might be enough to win this next fight, but I don't know if they'll even be able to contest it. It doesn't look like they will. The bot just rolling over Topaz onto the Sombra along with the ball. The ball manages to touch.
They still have this. They still have this lead now. Florin with the blade. Pneumonia hits the shot and shuts down this blade. And Mage has shut down this map. Cat 1 HP has a super and CP, but taken out by Tookie Puck, and now it's just Nort on the ball swinging around. The lead's already been taken by the Freakus.
Ball and the Sombra swaps means either they're going to have to stay on this or they're going to fully reset their ult economy. Either way, it looks really rough here for the Kittens. Nort showing the hazard here. Tikupuk has this beat here, so they should be able to at least have the sustain this fight. Topaz on the far, I think, actually is really good here. Not a great hit scan to shut that down.
Tookbook using this beat aggressively here in the back line, lands on a 4-man member. Nort Logic gets left in the middle of his block. He's also anted up. Poi is blocked away here with this wall, but Cat taken down early by Pneumonia. Again, Pneumonia with a timely pick on the Sojourn. Finding another one here, Pneumonia with 2. Pneumonia trying to clutch up here for the squad. Finding the crucial picks at just the right time. And now it's just Topaz, and we do have the GGs coming out from Chloe in the chat. And this is an absolute backbreaker for the Kittens here, as we might see just a full cap here. 4 seconds remaining in the time bank, and it will be that as the Freakus pull off the reverse sweep and win 3-2.
Oh, devastating. It was looking so good for the Kittens after those first 2 maps. Looking really good for a while here on Coliseo. Ultimately, that big Blossom from Bucket winning that fight gave the Freakus all that momentum and just unable to recover. Brutal match here for the Kittens, but the good news for them is, like, a lot of people are saying the Freakus are a pretty good team, so even just this match being this close, I think, is a very good sign for Kittens fans.
Yeah, it's a good sign, but if not Meow, whenever. We'll have to see going forward in their season, and now we have to give out our match MVP. And after that last map, I'm pretty sure we know who this one should probably go over to. I would probably have to say Bucket after that final performance there on that last map, but I'll leave it to you to make the final decision.
I do really like Bucket in general, just because if Bucket is not in the lineup, Poi is not allowed to play tank. I don't think there's a lineup where Poi can play tank with Bucket out. So once Bucket comes back, Poi's able to go back to his main role. They looked really good once Poi started playing some tank there. I think that is a definitely made looked really good. I think Bucket also throughout the entire match, I think played very well, especially considering his SR. That big Blossom, I think, was the turning point for the entire match here.
Yeah, we go ahead and
so
give it to Bucket.
Okay, I was going to drag him in here, but it looks like he literally just deafened himself, so I can still drag him in here, but I'm not sure if he'll Hello, Bucket.
Hello.
How's your team vibes going on?
It was a little rough, I think,
Oh,
on the first two
I
maps.
should I should have
before I
led.
showed up.
We
Oh,
chose
yeah.
you for match MVP.
Oh, how awesome.
So yeah, continue now. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't able to make the first two rounds because I had something else going on. So I know it was a little kind of like doom and gloom before I showed up. So I kind of had to lift our spirits. And then, we kind of just carried on with the 3 reverse sweep. Because it wasn't over. It wasn't over. I was not going to let us give up that easily, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. So I think kind of the big highlight of the entire series is Coliseo. The Kittens are starting to chain a couple of fights together. They got a pretty big lead towards the middle of that Coliseo map there. What was going through your head when you were setting up that Blossom?
I'll be honest, not much. Usually when I blossom, I kind of just find a couple people. Like, I kind of just saw the Torb and the Curie were alone in the back. I was like, this is a perfect time for me just to pop it off,
Yeah. And
then the
that
big anti-nade, too.
yeah,
That
the
also
nade catching
really
like
helped.
4. Yeah.
That really helped that blossom succeed.
Yeah.
I don't know, Booney, you got me.
I mean, like, yeah, you were speaking how the cons were kind of, doom and gloom, down 2-0 to the Kittens, which of course is always a giant meme, I guess. So
I guess I wouldn't know.
yeah, you don't know the lore of the Kittens, but you came in. Who was like the leader, I guess, to bring this team back from the brink? Except for you, of course, coming in and allowing the team to play their main comp. But who was kind of the leader, taking the reins and saying, "Hey guys, it ain't over yet. Let's reverse sweep this."
I know. I believe it's our captain. I can't really remember names that much. I know he was
Mr.
still like. Is it Poi? Okay, I think it was definitely like Poi. I know Pook. A lot of people on our team were still like, not like it's completely over, but some people, in that mindset of like it could end tonight or end on this map. But I definitely did not want us to end it on a loss. That's for damn sure.
And I guess with that being said, we'll send you over to El Clasico, of course, since you are new here. This is asked for every match MVP. So if you could not win MVP for your team tonight, who would you win it? Who would you give it to and why?
So I'm thinking back on it. I think Naomi has been very solid. I would give it to him. So I think solid performance on every role, and I would DPS duel with him, support with him. I think honestly he's just been a very solid player on our team these past 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good shout out. Of course, they're kind of in our back of our minds as well. But with that being said, we'll send you back to your team to celebrate the victory. And again, congrats on a 3-2. A 2-0 start to your season, and we'll speak to you again here soon.
Yep, thank you guys.
That's going to do it for us here tonight, Panini. You came in for the last 2 maps. You are the bad luck. You did not see a Kittens victory while you were casting, so...
Or I'm the good luck for the Freakus.
Potentially, I would instead opt on the side of Kitten Hopium. That is literally just your fault. No other thing had to change for that to happen.
No.
So, got any closing thoughts for us here before I send us away, or are we all good?
I think we got a couple of matches coming up. I think there are 2 matches tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, stay tuned for those. I think they're both going to be pretty good games. Isopod, Silly Geese, and then Landsharks versus Blasters. It's tomorrow, 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Stay tuned for those. Other than that, congrats again for a banger series between the Freakies and the Kittens. But yeah, I think that's just about it for me.
Yet another map 5. Where else would we be this season if it wasn't for map 5? But yes, of course, there's a game tomorrow at 7 o'clock, produced and casted by me. It's going to be the Isopod versus MoN, so the Geese should be a hell of a series. And then the other game, we're looking for potentially another caster / producer. So stay tuned for the announcements chat to see which one is going on and where. And yes, thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate it. The cat curse continues. Hopefully next week is the one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great rest of your year, buddy.